People don't become what they want to be, they become what they can.
Love at first sight is technically judging a book by its cover.
The person taking mugshots tomorrow in Atlanta knows that it's going to be the biggest day of their career.
You find rubber bands at random times and places, but when you actually need one, they are impossible to get.
As soon as Paul McCartney dies, there'll be a conspiracy theory he's still alive.
A reality show, but instead of watching other people's lives, you get followed for a day, unbeknownst to you, and then have to watch yourself.
Someone owns the sharpest knife on earth and doesn't know they do.
The thicker your thighs are, the more puppies can lay on your lap.
It's stupid that radio stations aren't allowed to play entire albums from start to finish.
Studying neuroscience is the brain studying itself.
The overlap between the people silly enough to accidentally catch themselves on fire and the people who are smart enough to employ the stop, drop, and roll technique is very small.
In the future, people will be homesick for planets instead of cities.
During the day, our brain learned to state everything as accurately, logically, and rationally as possible, and then at night it discards all trimmings of sanity and plunges into the wildest fantasies of dreams.
When cutting fingernails, the hand that does better receives the worse.
Humanity's disdain for invasive species is ironic considering we are the most harmful invasive species known.
Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks tries to stop Ian from exploiting the chipmunks, all the while someone films them all in secret and makes a movie out of it.
There's nothing quite like the feeling you get when your left hand turn signal clicking noise syncs up exactly with the car's flashing light in front of you.
People eventually get tired of everything and everyone, including themselves.
People who enroll in genetic studies are genetically predisposed to do so.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. Actors, musicians, directors, writers, etc. do backbreaking work to create the content that we lazily and mindlessly consume while sitting on the couch eating popcorn.
Most game characters' sleep schedules must be very messed up.
There are babies born in 2023 who will be alive in the year 2123.
It's much more fascinating to watch an insect eat than it is to watch them die.
Smelling someone else's behind to know if they just crapped is gross, but it's socially acceptable to do in public if you're a parent.
Children are more intrigued by boxes than the toys that came in them because they long for the feeling of mystery the box once held.
When they die, the composers become decomposers.
I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Facts. This podcast gives you interesting tidbits of information to impress your friends, family, and colleagues with. So get smarter in less than 10 minutes a day. Just search for Daily Facts in your podcast app or check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.